Hi. First of all, I would like to refute the opposition case, but unfortunately I can't, because the second opposition speaker didn't provide us with his speech. So I got more time for my summary speech. Okay, so let me divide this debate into two fundamental clashes. First one, the status of opposition and democracy in Ukraine, and second one, the link between sports, media and politics. So, let me begin with the first point. We claimed that the democracy in Ukraine is really at stake. Why? Because when the Yulia Timoshenko is in prison, there is no effective opposition at all in Ukraine, because Yulia Timoshenko, for example, gained 45% of ballot in last presidential election, and that implies that she's got charisma, a reputation, program, supporters and followers, and without her there is a weak opposition, because the opposition doesn't have a leader. So we think that the democracy is really at stake. So for this reason we think that we won on this point, because opposition only told us that democracy is not an issue in Ukraine, but actually it is, because Ukraine is a part of Eastern Partnership, the program run by European Union, and one aspect of membership in European Union is that there is a clear condition: the country must be a democratic country with rule of law, justice, with human rights, and that's all what the Ukraine right now is not. So we think that this point favors our position, not the position of opposition. And the second point is the mentioned link between the sports, media and politics. We explained more deeply than the opposition what could work in this mechanism, because Euro 2012 is a prestigious tournament in Europe, and there is a sufficient media coverage, and through the politics we could send a strong message to Ukraine and to Europe as well, because when the high representatives will decide not to come to Ukraine, the media will raise the question: why do not high representatives come to Ukraine? And they will search the answers, and then they will explain the problem in Ukraine. And we think that this is a real issue for us, and we explain it. Also in the example, as Dusan said, during the Olympics there were questions raised about the racial segregation, and the things moved on, and that's why we think that boycott is the most effective tool for the politicians to make a strong statement in Ukraine. And what opposition said to us was that the Euro is a sport event and boycott is thus not an effective tool. But we can't grasp why, and there are missing arguments in their speech. So we think again that in this point we won this debate by providing more deeply analysis and more structured arguments. For this reason, we do believe that we should boycott the Euro 2012 unless Yulia Timoshenko is in prison, because there are clearly benefits and we could make a strong statement as a Europe, as a democracy. Thank you very much.